So sit yourselves down in your comfortable cross-legged seated position, Sukhasana. Quick sip of water so I don't lose my voice. So pop yourselves onto your block or a cushion. I'm going to sit on a block. And just centering ourselves. So bringing ourselves into this present moment. Closing the eyes, just bringing our attention and focus inwards. Just beginning to notice the breath coming and going. And starting to straighten out the spine. So feel as though that spine is growing and lengthening tall. So centering the crown of your head over the center of your pelvis. So making sure you're not leaning forwards or backwards. So sitting up nice and tall, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Just a little bit. Just feel that length in the back of the neck. Let's take our hands into our lap, but place one hand over the other. So just into the lap, palms facing up, one on top of the other. So beginning to feel the flow of the breath in and out. Maybe bringing in some ujjayi sound to the breath, so swirling the breath in the back of the throat. Just that sort of whispering oceanic sound. Energizing your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Squeeze and lift now into Mula Bandha. So beginning to wake up the pelvic floor. And on your next exhale, squeeze into the abdominal area. So drawing that navel into the spine area. And drawing those two energies of the pelvic floor and the abdomen together. So cinch them and squeeze them together. And then imagine you're pulling that energy up towards your heart center. So feel a lift. So making your breath nice and even. Maybe a little pause between inhale and exhale. And keep that focus and attention on the breath just for now. Feeling yourself fully present on your mat. And now setting yourself your personal intention. Your intention for today, for your life, for anything, for your family, your environment. I am, and then fill in your intention. And repeat that silently to yourself 3 times to your inner mind's eye. So opening up the eyes. So setting that positive intention is really important. It's a great way to start your day. You know, if you intend to start well and positively, you know, you plant that positive seed, and from that positivity springs further positivity. So it's a really good thing to do every day in the morning, even if you're not practicing yoga. So taking yourselves off your blocks if you were on a block. So sitting nice and tall, we're going to take a big breath in. And then I'd like you to twist over to the right. So hooking your left hand across your right knee, right hand behind you. So you're looking to the far right over your right shoulder. So just waking up the spine. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the left. So right hand across, left knee, just on your fingertips behind you. So keep sitting tall. Keep squeezing the navel into spine. So keep all those abdominal muscles engaged. Looking to the far left, your drishti. That's a traditional yoga term. So that's your gaze looking over your far left shoulder. Inhale to center. And let's take a big breath in and reach up overhead. Really look up to your hands. And then hinging from those hip creases, just reach the hands forwards. Come up onto spider fingers. Imagine your chest widening. So feel the collarbones become wide. Draw navel to spine. And then walk those hands a little bit further forward. And now drop your head between your arms. Take a big breath in. And then walk your hands as far over towards the right as you can. So feel a lovely stretch down the left side body. Keep the flow of the breath continuous. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the left. Oh, feel a lovely stretch down that right side all the way from the right sit bone, all the way across the hip side of the body, all the way to the very fingertips. Inhale to center. And then walk your hands up towards your knees. Bring the knees together. Rolling over onto all fours. Into Bidalasana, which is tabletop position. So spread the fingers wide, middle finger facing forwards. Check those knees are under your hips and the tops of your feet are firmly pressed into your mat. Also root the hands into the mat and then push into the palms of the hands, into the heels of the hands, and feel that space between the shoulder blades. Draw navel to spine. Lift into the pelvic floor. Then taking a nice big breath in, I'd like you to take your cow. So the chest and head lifts, tailbone lifts, belly drops down towards the floor. Exhale, tucking the tailbone under, dropping the head between the arms, push into the hands and the feet. Then inhale, into cow, Looking up, tailbone up to the sky. Exhale into cat. So pushing into the floor, arching the upper back to the sky. Draw your chin to chest. One more of each. Inhale. Exhale. Coming into a neutral spine, tucking the toes. Just hover those knees an inch off the mat. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Drive into the heels of the hands. And then push into the hands as you send your buttocks towards your heels. Feel your belly land onto the thighs. And then starting to straighten up the legs. And then walking out your dog. So now you're into Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So just checking you, letting your head hang heavy between the arms. So take out any tension in the neck. A little softness in the elbow joints. I don't want you locking out the elbow joints. So feel lovely stretch down the backs of the legs, the lower legs in particular, the Achilles, the calves and the backs of the knees. And then let's just wag our tail a little bit. So spinning over on the balls of the feet, dropping over side to side. And then coming up onto tippy toes, so lifting up onto the tips of the toes, dropping down, and then walk the hands a little bit closer to the feet. And take the feet a little bit wider than the mat. From here, take a nice breath in and reach your left hand to the outside of the right ankle. Look under your right armpit. And switch sides. So right hand, left outer ankle, looking under your left armpit. Breath to center. Send the hands a little bit further forwards. Bring the feet back into your downward facing dog. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Fill the lungs completely. Open the mouth and sigh the breath out. Big breath in. Let's do that 2 more times. Last time with the tongue sticking out too. Lion's breath. Just letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. On your next breath in, a little bend in the knees, look to the top of the mat. Little steps all the way to the top. Hanging in a little ragdoll just for a moment. So just feeling a lovely stretch in the hamstring. So bend the knees as much as you need to here. Take a little sway from side to side. Just checking in, not holding any tension in the neck. Just nod that head yes, shake the head no. Maybe draw some circles both directions with the nose. And then just place the hands on the floor. Feel the feet root to the earth. Feel a little squeeze into the thighs and the glutes to really control your roll up to standing nice and slowly. So roll yourselves up to standing. Head coming up last. Little roll of the shoulders back and down. And come to stand at the top of your mat in mountain pose Tadasana. So taking the feet together, big toes touching, or a little bit wider, your choice. But spread the toes wide, lift the inner arches of the feet, squeeze into the thighs and check that pelvis. Give it a little anterior tilt if you need to, or posterior tilt. Open up the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, energize the arms all the way to the fingertips. So growing tall from the feet all the way to the crown of the head. Connect with your breath as we start to take our sun salutations. Big breath in, sweep the arms wide, lift the arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, arms wide, floating all the way down to forward fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, so hands to shins or fingertips, gaze forwards. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Drop the knees and exhale as you lower yourself down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for a mini cobra. Lift the chest and gaze, squeeze the elbows in. Then bringing the hips into tabletop through to your downward facing dog. Just taking a gentle transition there. So set feet down facing dog. Remember, in downward facing dog, we draw our chin towards our chest so we can send our drishti towards our navel. So checking the alignment of the neck, so keeping the neck long. Check that shoulders are soft away from the ears. You're not taking tension there. Little softness in the elbow joints. Don't lock out the knees either. So we don't want to lock out any joints. We're sending the heels towards the mat, but they don't have to touch. Tilting the tailbone. So imagine you're pointing your tailbone, your coccyx bone up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. On your next breath in, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Exhale to walk to the top or step lightly. Breath in as you take your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, root the feet, squeeze into the thighs, lifting the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana. Look up, then flowing all the way down, exhale back to your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump your feet back, your choice. Taking Chaturanga now or keeping with your knees, chest, chin. Your choice, exhaling. Inhale for full upward facing dog if you feel ready, or mini cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So if you're taking the full option with the transition there, you're really drawing your tailbone back. Feel as though somebody's pulling you from your tailbone as you transition into that downward facing dog. Just check in with your breath here and also draw that navel into spine. So keeping Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. So a little squeeze and lift into the pelvic floor. On your next breath in, bend the knees, look to top of the mat, exhale, step or jump lightly to the top. Breath in, halfway lift, gaze forwards. Exhale, deeply forward fold over the legs. Inhale, root the feet, squeeze the thigh, lifting up to Urdhva Hastasana. Look up to your thumbs. Last time, flowing all the way down, exhale. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump back. Exhale to lower, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuning in with the flow of the breath. On your next breath in, bending the knees, look forwards. Exhale to step or jump lightly to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, scoop the belly flat back. Exhale, deeply forward fold. Let the head go and land towards the legs. Inhale, root the feet, lift up all the way to the top, to your Urdhva Hastasana, a little micro back bend down, looking up to your thumbs. Then hands through center to Tadasana, mountain pose. So standing in mountain pose. Strong mountain. 3 rounds Surya Namaskar. Be inhaling. Utkatasana, chair pose. So sweep those arms forwards and then up. So you're sinking the hips back in space. Draw the navel towards the spine, look towards the hands. Just hold it here. Inhale. Then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Hold the breath as you plant the hands, step or jump back into plank. Exhale, lower, your choice. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, keeping with your mini cobra still if you want, or your full upward facing dog. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, draw those hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, kicking the right leg towards the sky and then stepping that right leg forwards between the hands. Drop the back heel, coming into warrior one. Bring the palms of the hands together, look up for one breath. Plant the hands down, exhale. Inhale into plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, kicking that left leg towards the sky, then between the hands. Drop the back heel. Inhale, upward face, Virabhadrasana. So hips face forwards, bending in that front knee. Planting the hands, exhale. Inhale, step that left foot back. Exhale to lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or sticking with your mini cobra. Downward facing dog, exhale. Reset your feet, your hands, your drishti. Drishti towards the navel. Navel drawn up towards the spine. So scooping the belly up. Two more breaths. Nice ujjayi sound. On your next breath in, bending the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or jump lightly to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Into chair, inhale. So scoop those hands forwards and up. So sending your hips back in space, then lifting up to the sky with the arms, inhaling and exhaling back down. Hands to mountain pose. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, hold the breath, step or jump back into your chaturanga. Inhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, kicking that right leg towards the sky. Step the leg forward, step the foot forwards, drop the back heel. Breath in for warrior one. Frame the front foot, exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift into your upward dog or cobra. Exhale, drive those hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, kicking the left leg to the sky, then between the hands, drop the back heel. Breath in as you come up to your warrior one. Look up to your hands. Frame the front foot, exhale. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower with control, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull the navel to spine, drawing those hips back into downward facing dog. Reset the breath. On your next breath in, bending the knees, look forwards. Exhale to step or jump lightly to the top. Breath in, halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, chair. Follow your hands with your gaze. Then root to rise, inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, hands back down by your side. Last time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, deeply fold over the legs. Lifting the head, chest, and gaze. Inhaling, halfway lift. Plant the hands, hold the breath, step or jump back into plank. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in, kicking the right leg towards the sky, then bringing the foot between the hands. Drop the back heel. Exhale. Then inhale into that warrior one. Plant the hands, exhale. Step the right foot back, inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, drive those hips back, downward facing dog. Breath in, kicking the left leg towards the sky and then stepping it between the hands, exhale. Drop the back foot. Inhale, warrior one. One breath, look up to your hands. Frame the front foot, exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up that chest. Exhale, drive the hips back, pull the navel to spine. Downward facing dog. Feel the flow of the breath in and out. On your next breath in, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or jump lightly to the top. Breath in, halfway lift. Forward fold, deeply exhaling. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forwards, hips slide back in space. Squeeze and lift into the belly, staying here into Utkatasana. So we're going to hold it here for 5 breaths. Really draw the navel in towards the spine. Lift those arms a little bit more, squeeze a bit more into the thighs and glutes. Then coming into Ardha Utkatasana. So dropping the arms parallel to the earth. Level the head between the arms. So sinking those hips a little bit lower down. Squeeze and lift into the belly. And then forward fold over the legs. So heel toe the feet hip distance apart now. And take the peace fingers around the big toes. Take a breath in to lift the chest, gaze forwards. Scoop up the belly. Exhale, elbows out to the side, folding forwards over the legs. So a little softness into the knee joints. So if you have to bend the legs, bend the legs. This is your practice. So folding the belly to land on the thighs first, crown of the head pulling down towards the earth. Take a breath in to come up onto fingertips. So lift the chest and gaze, and then sliding the hands underneath the feet, palms facing up. So your tops of your toes are touching your wrists. So take that breath in, so lift and lengthen the spine. Scoop that belly up, keep that engagement there. And then fold back down over the legs. Keep the elbows out to the side. Feel the lovely stretch down the backs of the legs. So imagine you're tilting and pointing your tailbone up to the sky. On your next breath in, release the hands from under the feet. Take the hands to the hips. Take a nice breath in as you bend into the knees and slowly come back up to standing into Tadasana mountain pose. Taking a nice big breath in, stepping your left foot out behind you, lining your front heel with your back inner arch. Going to come into Trikonasana. So keeping the legs straight, take the arms wide like you're taking a warrior two. Then you're going to reach your right arm forward, reach as far as you can. And then bringing that hand down to the inner calf or towards the ankle, as low down as you feel you can. Doesn't have to touch the earth. And then bringing the left hand to reach up 12 o'clock and your other hand 6 o'clock. So you're opening the chest to the side, squeeze and lift into the belly. Squeeze those thighs towards each other, lift your drishti up towards your top hand. Big breath in, little bend in that front knee. Straighten your front leg. And then heel toe your feet so you're facing the other way. So we're going to reach that left hand forward, jutting out the right hip. And then sending your left hand down to the inner calf towards the ankle. And then reaching the right arm up, 12 o'clock. Open the chest to the side. Imagine you're between two panes of glass. So really tuck that bottom in. Underneath, you want to stick the bum out behind. So tuck it under. Lift and stack the body. So really opening the chest to the side. Imagine you're really pressed between two planes of glass. Looking up to your top thumb. One more big breath in. Look down to your front foot, a little bend in the front knee, and then look to the front of your mat. Step your feet back together to the top. Taking a step out with the left foot back, but not lining them up centrally. So your right foot's facing forwards, and you have a 45-degree angle on your left foot, but your feet are hip distance apart. Going to take the clasping opposite elbows or reverse prayer, arms behind you. So your choice. Check your hips are facing forwards. Big breath in. Look up. Exhale, hinging from those hip creases as you fold over your right leg. So your drishti's to your big toe on that right side. So squeeze the thighs as though they're going towards each other. Squeeze into the hips. Taking a nice breath in, come halfway up, releasing the hands and taking the left hand across to the outside of the right foot. Taking your right hand onto your hip, start to spin the chest, twisting to the right. So we're taking a revolved triangle here. So you can keep your hand on your hip or reaching that right arm up to the sky. As you do that, squeeze the thighs towards each other. Scoop and lift into the belly. Look up to your top hand. Big breath in. Exhale, look down to your front foot. Lower the top arm, hands back to your hip. Soften a little bit into that front knee. Step the left foot forwards, take the right foot back. So feet hip distance apart. Left foot facing the top of your mat. 45-degree angle on the right foot. Hips face forwards. So taking that reverse prayer or clasping opposite elbows. Big breath in, look up. Exhale, hinging from the hip creases, folding over the front leg. So feel the belly land onto the thigh first, then the head. Looking to your drishti to your big toe. So checking it, you're not twisting into the hips, send that right hip forwards, left hip back. Big breath in, come halfway up. Release the bind of the hands. Take the right hand to the outside of the left foot or ankle. Take your left hand onto your left hip. Start to spin and twist and open the chest to the side. Scoop and lift into the belly. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Squeeze into the hips and glutes. Open the arm up towards the sky. Look up to your top hand. Really squeeze into your core. With that stability and balance. Big breath in. Exhale, look down to your front foot, lower your top arm. Soften that front foot. Step the feet back together. Give your legs a little shake out. Stepping the left foot back. Now we're lining our feet up centrally again, so front heel, back inner arch. So you're standing on that imaginary line. We're coming into warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend into that front leg. Now check your feet are far enough apart. I've had to shift my feet a little further apart because I can tell that I would oversell my knee beyond the front ankle. We don't want that. You want that front shin to be perpendicular to the earth. So reaching the fingertips away, look to your front middle finger. Soften the face, neck and jaw, drishti to the front middle finger. With every exhale, maybe sink a little bit lower into those hips. And then taking extended side angle. Right forearm to thigh. Windmill the left arm overhead, creating a diagonal line for the left arm, left leg. Hold it here. Look up to your top hand or taking that right hand down towards the ankle. Keep the chest open to the side. Big breath in, windmill left hand down and round back to warrior two. Then spin the feet round to face the other way. So now we have our left foot. You're probably facing the back of your mat. So big breath in. Exhale, sink and bend into your left leg. So your left knee is now bent. You're pushing into the outer blade of the right foot. Reach those fingertips away. Drishti to the front middle finger. Sink a little bit lower. Extend that side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Left forearm, left thigh, reaching overhead. Reach, reach, reach away. It's like somebody's pulling you from the fingertips. Hold something precious in that left hand. If you want, take the left hand down to the ankle. Look up to your top hand. Don't crank the neck though. Just lifting the gaze with the eyes without really turning the head much. Big breath in, windmilling that right arm down and round. Back to your warrior two, then straight in the front leg. Come to stand. Actually, stay where you are. So you've got a wide stance with the feet. We're going to take Prasarita Padottanasana. So hands onto the hips. So we're going to lift and lengthen the spine, look up. Then hinging from those hip creases, start to fold forwards. And then bring the hands to the floor. Line the hands up with the feet. Draw the elbows towards each other. And then bring the head down towards the mat. Tip the weight forward slightly into the toes to bring the tailbone a little bit up, pointing a bit more up towards the ceiling, and drawing the head a little bit more down towards the mat. Breath in, come halfway up. Take the hands and clasp the hands behind, and then go back down. So now we're reaching the arms up towards the sky, clasping the hands together. Two more breaths. See if you can lift those arms a little bit more. Drop the head down a little bit further towards the mat. And then big breath in. Push into the feet. All the way up. Release the bind of the arms. Look to the top of your mat. Just turn the right foot and step the feet back together into your mountain Tadasana pose. Taking a step back with your left foot. So you're on the ball of the back foot. Then drop the left knee. You can release the foot, so you don't have to be on the toes. You're going to take a breath into the heart center. And then you're going to twist over to the right. So you're hooking your left elbow across your right knee. Stack your hands one on top of the other. And then you're looking over your right shoulder. So you're really opening the chest to the side. Now, if it's available to you, tuck your back toes and lift your left knee off the floor, your left leg off the floor. Hold it here. Two more breaths. Squeeze into those thighs and glutes. Push into that right big toe. And then slowly looking down to the front foot. Taking yourself around to the other side. Keeping your hands in your prayer position. Now, if you feel like it, you can go straight away hooking the right elbow across the left knee. If you need to drop the right knee down first, or you're going to have the knee onto the floor, then go for that option. But stack those hands on top of each other. Spin and open the chest to the side. Lift that back knee off the floor if you can. Squeeze into that right thigh. Look over your left shoulder. Big breath in, unhook that right elbow across the left knee. Come back to center all the way around. Come to stand at the top of your mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. Coming into tree. So taking your feet together to start. Find a drishti point on the floor for your gaze. Right leg, standing leg. So root that foot. Squeeze into that thigh, into that glute. Let's lift our left knee in towards our chest. And nice and slowly drop the nose down towards the left knee. Slowly, slowly. And then taking the foot to land. Toe, calf, or above the knee, but not on the knee. Left knee opens to the side. Squeeze and lift into the core. Hands to heart center. And then reaching your branches up to the sky. Maybe you want to take a little sway with your branches today. In the wind. And then bringing your hands back to heart center. And then lowering your left foot down. Right side, left leg, standing leg. Let's bring the right knee in towards the chest. Nose to knee. Nice and slowly. Taking a position for your foot. Your choice. No competition, no ego, no judgment. Taking the hands to the heart center. Making everything strong in your trunk. Connect with your breath. Use that drishti point on the floor. Push into that standing big toe. Grow your branches. Maybe take some cactus arms. So opening the chest. Opening the fingers. Big inhale, reaching up. Exhale down through center, hands back to heart. And release your right foot down back to the earth. Back to mountain pose. Vinyasa to seated. Inhale, arms reach wide, look up to your thumbs. Exhale, generously fold over the legs. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump back into your plank. Exhale, lower, your choice. Knees, chest, chin. Taking your upward facing dog or your cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then from here, stepping or jumping the feet forwards and coming into a seated position, into Dandasana. So having the legs extended out front. Hands either side of the buttocks. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze into the thighs. Flex the feet. Chin towards the chest. Drishti to the big toes, or close the eyes. Take a nice big breath in. We're going to reach up and take a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So reach those arms forwards, forwards, forwards. And then taking the peace fingers around the toes if you can reach them. Take a breath in to lift and lengthen. And then exhale, elbows out to the side, folding over the legs. So the belly would land first, then the chest, then the head. Drishti to the big toes or towards the shins. If you can reach round and clasp the underside of the feet, go for that. Just to extend your forward fold a little bit more. Keep the Uddiyana Bandha active, so always lift and scoop the belly towards the spine with the folds, because this creates space and stability. Then take a nice deep breath in, excuse me, coming up nice and slowly. Take your hands behind your bottom, fingertips facing forwards. You take a slight angle on this so you can see me a little bit better than front on. So we're going to come into Parvattanasana. So we're going to push into the palms of the hands, lifting the hips up, sending the toes down towards the mat, driving the hips up, look up to the sky. Now, if this is too tricky, then bend the knees and come into a reverse tabletop. So this is a second option. So take your choice, 5 breaths here. Two more breaths, nice big breaths in and out. Lift those hips a little higher, squeeze, and then lower down. So from here, we're going to jump into our boat, Navasana. So taking the hands behind the knees, tilt yourself slightly back, bringing the shins parallel, release the hands, extend the legs if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. And so crossing the legs and coming forwards so you can step your feet back into plank. This is a little vinyasa. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step the feet forwards. Come back to sit down. Taking Janu Shirshasana. So left leg forwards, right foot into the left thigh. So making sure you're facing that left leg. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, tilt forwards from those hip creases, folding over the left leg. Now, if your knees are feeling a little bit iffy, always use your block or a cushion. You can always prop up the knee if it feels like it needs support. Your drishtis to your front big toe. Squeeze and lift into that belly. Don't neglect those bandhas. Big breath in to lift. Switching sides. So right leg forwards, left foot into thigh. Big breath in, lift, reach up. Making sure you're hinging, reaching forwards evenly over that right leg. So taking hold of your ankle, your calf, or the underside of the foot, wherever you can reach. Drishti to that big toe. Big breath in, release, and slowly come up, jumping back into our boat. Navasana. So extend the legs, release the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the feet. Roll over onto the knees. And then step the feet back into plank. Exhale, lower your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is like a little reset. Look into your hands, step the feet forwards. Coming to sit down onto your bottoms. Taking the next pose. So we're going to have our left foot forwards. We're going to bring our right foot in. And that right foot is about hand's distance apart away. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your left hip. Going to reach your right arm to the sky. And then you're going to reach forwards. And then round and behind that right leg. So hold that hand there. As you bring that left hand round, wrap it behind your back. And hopefully grab hold of that right hand. If you can't reach it, don't worry. So we're lifting that right buttock slightly off the mat. That's okay. So there is a lift, there's a space here underneath my right buttock. So I'm hinging myself, folding myself forwards over my left leg, looking to the left big toe. Big breath in. And then we're going to go over to the other side. So we're going to bring the right foot across the left. And then we're going to take the twist the other way. So taking your left hand, left elbow across the right knee. Arm facing up to the side. And then taking that right hand behind you as a little support. Don't put a lot of weight into it. Flex and engage that left leg and left foot, looking over your right shoulder. Now you should be able to take that right hand off the mat and reach towards your left thigh without anything changing. So make sure you have a strong, stable torso. And slowly release. Take a little twist, a little counter twist over to the left. And then swap sides. So bringing your left foot in, hands distance away from your right leg. Right hand onto the outside of the right leg. Then you're going to reach up with the left hand, reach forwards, and then wrap the left hand around the left leg. Hold it there. Then wrapping the right hand behind you to reach the left hand behind the back. So squeeze and lift into, lift that left buttock off the floor, just a little bit. Squeeze and lift into the belly and fold yourself forwards over that right leg, looking to your right big toe. 2 more breaths. Inhale to reach up. And then taking over to the other side. So we bring our left foot across the right leg. Keep that right leg really switched on and keep that foot flexed. Then we're hooking our right elbow across our left knee. Palm facing to the side. And then you're reaching back with that left hand behind you, just onto the fingertips. So it's a real twist into the torso. And you're looking over your left shoulder. Now take that left hand if you can and reach towards your right thigh. Inhale, release, jumping back into our boat. Just last time. So extend the legs, reach the arms forwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the legs. Take that little vinyasa. So rolling over onto the knees. Place the hands onto the floor. Step the feet back into plank. Exhale, lower into from your plank to chaturanga. Or knees just chin. Little upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Just one breath. Then step the feet forwards into Baddha Konasana. So bringing the soles of the feet together. Wiggle the groin closer to the heels. Nice long spine and tilt yourselves forwards over the feet. Just hold it here for another 2 breaths. Inhale, release onto your backs. Taking a little bridge. So rolling down onto your back. Nice and slowly and gently. Heels in towards the buttocks. Keeping those thighs nice and parallel. Squeeze into the thighs, lift the hips up towards the sky. Wiggle those shoulders underneath and towards each other, shoulder blades towards each other, and clasp the hands underneath. 5 deep breaths in and out. Last big breath in, push. Drive those hips a little higher. Exhale, roll yourself back down. Hug the knees in to chest. Choices here. Extend the legs overhead, pressing the arms and hands into the floor. Option, coming up into a shoulder stand. So if you're here, pushing into the hands, bringing the knees to the forehead, taking the hands to support the lower back, and then lifting the legs up to the sky. So checking, keeping the head still. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Keep those abdominals engaged. Pointing the toes up to the sky. Let's hold it here for another 5 breaths. Or if you've got your legs extended, squeeze into those thighs, push those arms into the floor. And then let's all take a little plow. So dropping the legs overhead. So if you're just extending the legs overhead, see if you can roll over onto your plow. So taking the feet to touch down to the earth behind you, squeeze and lift into the thighs. Keep those thighs engaged. Extend the arms now into the floor. If you want to just briefly drop the knees either side of the ears, Kanapidasana. Just squeeze into the ears with the knees in the knees. And then using your arms as brakes, rolling yourself down through your vertebral spine, nice and slowly and gently, coming straight into your Matsyasana pose. So taking the hands underneath the buttocks, palms facing down. Keeping the legs nice and straight, point the toes. And when the legs touch down, wiggle the elbows close together, and open the chest, and dropping the crown and head to lightly touch the floor behind you. Hold it here. Nice big breaths into the belly. Big breath in, looking up towards your toes, towards your feet. And then rolling back down onto the back. Hug the knees in. Rock and roll forwards. And just finding your comfortable position for your Shavasana. So that can be legs extended. It can be supine Baddha Konasana, so with the feet together, knees open, or knees bent and having the knees roll towards each other if you feel that your lower back needs that support into the floor. So it just takes the extra curve out the spine, but find yourself that comfortable position now. Take a moment or two here, just closing the eyes and just allowing yourself to do absolutely nothing. Just breathing, just being present. So just softening all the muscles in the body, just check in with that, see how you feel. Any space, any area that needs attention, send your breath there to release and dissolve any tension away. So just scan through your body from head to toe. Observe consciously. So relaxing the muscles of the face, unclench the jaw. Allowing the eyes to be heavy in their sockets. Noticing every point of contact with the floor, with your mat, with the earth. And just feel yourself become heavy. And it's like you're sinking into your mat. It's like lovely warm sand on the beach. Just sink into that sand, feeling supported, knowing you're supported. So softening all the limbs, the arms, the legs, the chest, the abdomen, hips and buttocks, upper back, lower back, hands and feet. Just let everything relax. Just staying here for another moment or two. Just listen to the sounds you can hear. Hopefully you can hear the vibrations of my bowl reaching you. So slowly bring your awareness back into the room. Maybe reaching your arms overhead, the legs. Reach the legs out if you've been in Supine Baddha Konasana. So just give yourselves a lovely stretch along your mat. And then very slowly rolling over onto your right side. And then when you're ready, coming back to Sukhasana, your cross-legged seated position. Or maybe you want to come into Padmasana or half lotus. So just keeping the eyes closed or the gaze low just for the last few moments here. Consciously bringing your hands together. Your fingertips, the palms of the hands, every point contact carefully placed together and bringing that to your heart center. And then drawing your head down towards your fingertips, towards your heart, honoring yourself, honoring your practice and each other. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends. It's lovely to see you again. And have a wonderful day. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye, everybody.